So let's take a look at this camera a little bit more in depth now then, because I've done the unboxing video. Now I've just got a lens on there, just you know, pretty standard ordinary 18 to 55 millimeter lens. It's normally my standard lens, what I normally use for most of my photography, to be honest with you. So I've got the battery in there. Now obviously the next step is to open it up and turn it on. Now this is a plastic, but it feels really nice and it feels really tough. It doesn't feel flimsy in any way, the way this opens up. You see I've got fingerprints in there already. It doesn't feel flimsy at all in any way when it turns or when it opens. It feels really well built. Yeah, it's really nice. So anyone that thought this looked flimsy, it isn't flimsy. So I've obviously got the on button up here, so you flick it on. It's quite a stiff button on this camera, which is what I like. And then obviously you get the usual first little bit, but I think what I'll do is I'll go through the menu, because some people like to go through the menu. Some people do, some people don't. And you got to remember with this camera is that it's actually touchscreen. So that's what I like, a nice bit of touchscreen. Anyway, so and you can also use these buttons here as well. On the first bit, you know, you got your usual. Hopefully this is gonna focus pretty well. You got your image quality, your beep, your shutter speed without card, blah blah blah. You know, you got all this stuff down here, flash control, red eye. You can see what you got there. I'm only going to go through the menu briefly. On the next one, exposure, all that stuff. You know, you can see what you got in here. This is it. It doesn't go down anymore. That's all there is there. On the next one, you've got, you know, all these controls here. You see what you've got. Don't go down any more than that. There's quite a lot of menus on this one compared to my other camera, which was the 500D, not the 700. Whoever thought that was, I think perhaps. The next one, you got all that. Don't go down anymore. That's all you've got on that one. Oops. And then you start to go into your images. So you've got all these menus here for your images. Next ones, all these other ones still in images. And then you go into your main settings. So you've got all them settings in there, your Wi-Fi and all that kind of stuff, because this camera does have Wi-Fi. You know, phone number and all that rubbish. Now for your LCD display and your time and date and all that, your language, etc, etc. Screen colour. There is a few different colours actually. I liked the blue one. On the other camera you could have it black. You get like that. But for some reason the blue one come to my liking. I don't know why. So that's where I've got it, on the blue one. And you got all these things there. Don't go down any more than that. You can set your video, what you want to record your video in and all that stuff. And then the next one's just the boring stuff there. And then you got my menu settings, which I haven't explored yet, but I'm sure some of you are probably familiar with that on other cameras. So let's have a look up this top screen here. This is quite handy. It's the main reason that I went for this camera, to be honest with you, because I like to have a little screen up the top there. It tells you everything you need to know. Your ISO, you know, you got your shutter speed, you got how many pictures you got left, whether your Wi-Fi is on and off, your exposure, your battery. It's got a little light what comes on there, so you can still see it in the dark. It's very handy. And obviously you got your flash, which is just the ordinary flash what you get on most, probably all, I don't know, Canon cameras. Yeah, so this is just an overview of the camera. So let's have a look here. The difference between this camera and the 500, and I don't know about any other models, is you can't move this little dial. You have to push that in. You push a little button in, and then you twist your dial, and then it tells you what that thing does. It actually gives you a little explanation as to what the the setting you've just chosen does, which I think is quite handy, you know, especially if you're a beginner. Whoops, I nearly took a picture. Much like what I sort of am. I've only been doing it for probably about 4 or 5 years. So it's quite handy, you know, if you don't really know what you're doing. What we got on this side, I think I explained on this side, we've got your go away phone. You got your memory card slot, which is, I like the way these are set out, so, you know, it's nice. Oh, I forget to tell you, you got a lock here, so that you can't accidentally use these switches while you're taking pictures, and I think it might even lock your touch screen. I think it does, it locks your touch screen, so you can't press things like with your nose or anything when you're taking the pictures, which is very handy. I like that a lot. Same with the thing, you've got your focus for your viewfinder there. Same with most, probably nearly all cameras, I would imagine. I'm not sure, I don't know. And you got on this dial here, it's fairly handy because, you know, you got your white balance, you got all them little settings on there, which you can just press, and there you go, it goes straight to it, which I think is nice. Of course, you don't have to have that open while you're using the camera. You can close that up like that, and then you still got your little you know, screen up on here, so it tells you what you do, what you can do, what you're doing. Sorry. Press that little button there. You can change your ISO all the way up to there. There's a lot, 12,800. All the way down to, oh, that's automatic, I think, because I don't want to do that, do we? Don't like automatic. We'll have it on 200. Lovely job. Your aperture there. Oh yeah, because we're on aperture mode, obviously. So yeah, I did just put the old strap on from the old camera because I'm going to get myself a nice decent strap for this camera. So I just chucked any old one on there. Usual thing, your little release button for your lens. Yeah, 760D. Microphone there, another microphone there, so you've got dual microphones for the video capture, which is very good, I must say. I haven't done any video yet, as I have not taken any pictures yet either. I took a few around indoors, but you know, they weren't that good due to, well, just me messing about. I just literally point and shoot to make sure the camera worked. I weren't really setting anything up properly, but yeah, so that's the way that goes. Like I said, very nice feeling. Everything is really nice. Everything feels really well built. There's nothing that feels flimsy on the camera anywhere at all. Even this little wheel here feels really nice and well built. It doesn't feel like it's going to sort of fall off in your hands, or it doesn't feel like it's going to, you know, stop working anytime soon. It's really nice. Doesn't make any cracks or creaks, or, you know, no noises as you're moving around the camera. You know, nothing seems to be loose. So, you know, all in all, I think it's well worth the money, and it's definitely worth getting. You know, can't find any issues with it as yet. The pictures what I did take, the focusing was really well, you know, it was really good, really quick. Obviously some down due to this lens as well, but the camera does have a part in that, obviously. Yeah, and it did cope really well, even with the, you know, the few pictures that I took indoors. They weren't as bad as what I was expecting them to be. We're just literally just going choo-choo like that, and then to make sure everything was working, so I didn't have to take it back. But yes, everything's good. Now, for those of you that want a really in-depth review, other than just looking about the camera, I am going to do that, and I'm going to put some. I'm going to make some video, and I'm going to show the video, obviously, in the video, so you can see what the video quality is like. And I'm also going to take some pictures, go outside in the daylight and take some pictures so that you can see the pictures. That'll be in the next video, with this camera. So yep, stay tuned for that, my friends, and you can see what that's all like. But all in all, thumbs up, man. It's a really nice camera. I'm really pleased with it, and I'm really pleased that I went for that choice so far. Any of you that are thinking of getting it, I really recommend that you do.